Hi everyone. Here are some ear conditions definition which is useful in your Viva exam. Please recall these all definitions. I have give you word file of this. And today we will start with eardrum rupture or the tympanic membrane perforation. It is a hole or tear in the thin tissue that separates ear canal from the middle ear. Right. It can result in hearing loss. It can also make your middle ear vulnerable to the infection. There are two main causes of the perforation in the tympanic membrane. First is trauma and second is infection. A ruptured eardrum usually heals within a few days without treatment, but sometimes it requires patch or the surgical repair to heal. Surgical repair of the tympanic membrane is known as the tympanoplasty. Now, types. There are three types of the perforation. It is based on the location of rupture. First is the central perforation. If the perforation is in the central part of the eardrum, in the pars tensa or the annulus intact, it is known as the central perforation. Second, marginal perforation. Destruction of the annulus. Annulus, what is the annulus? Margin of the eardrum is known as the annulus. And the sulcus tympanicus. What is the sulcus tympanicus? The part of the eardrum which attached to the temporal bone, it is known as the sulcus tympanicus. When there is a perforation in these two parts, it is known as the marginal perforation. And third is attic perforation. Attic area of the eardrum. The two parts of the eardrum, pars flaccida and pars tensa. You can see this in the figure. Pars flaccida is divided from the pars tensa by anterior and posterior fold of the malleus. Whole inferior part is pars tensa. The margin is annulus. So, when the infection is in the pars tensa, it is known as the central perforation. When the perforation is in the annulus part, marginal part, it is the marginal perforation. And when the infection or the perforation is into the pars flaccida or the upper part, it is the attic perforation. Here you can see the different type of perforations. First, in the figure A, there is a small perforation. It may because of the acute otitis media. This condition may heal in the 2 or 3 days or in some period of time. Second, you can see there is an irregular margin of the rupture. It may due to the trauma. In figure C, there is an attic perforation into the pars flaccida. In figure D, there is again the central perforation. It again due to the acute otitis media. In figure A, there is a massive or a huge patch into the eardrum. It may due to the chronic otitis media. And in last figure F, there is a marginal perforation at the annulus part of the eardrum. Symptoms are as common as other ear conditions: earache, tinnitus, loss of balance, and it causes vertigo and it causes nausea and vomiting, ringing in the ear, hearing loss, and sometimes drainage from the external ear. Why it is occur? Because when the ruptures happen due to the middle ear infection or due to the otitis media, then the discharge come out exude from the eardrum rupture to the external ear. What are the main causes? As I mentioned before, first is infection. Infection is most common cause, especially in children. During an ear infection, fluid accumulate behind the eardrum or into the tympanic cavity. The pressure from the fluid buildup can cause the tympanic membrane to break or the rupture. Second is pressure changes. Some activities such as scuba diving, flying in aeroplane, driving at high altitude, direct forceful impact to the ear that leads to pressure changes in the ear and lead to perforated eardrum. It is also known as a barotrauma. It mainly occurs when the pressure outside the ear is drastically different from the pressure inside the ear. So this is the second cause, pressure changes. Third is severe head injury or any trauma via car accident, falling on your ear, sustaining injury during the sports, getting hit into the ear. It also leads to the skull-based fracture, may cause the dislocation of or the drainage to the middle and inner ear structure. So third cause is injury or trauma. Next, loud noise or the blast. It is known as the acoustic trauma. Sometimes it is very rare condition to develop the perforation into the tympanic membrane. And last is very common, foreign object in your ear. Sometimes we tend to clean our ear with the earbuds or some swabs or some pin or the hairpin. It leads to the rupture into the eardrum. Small objects such as cotton swab or hairpin can rupture or treat the eardrum. It tears the eardrum. Next, complications. Two main complications of the perforation. First is hearing loss. It may be temporary or lasting only until the tear or hole into the eardrum. Second is the middle ear infection. Ear canal debris normally travels to your outer ear with the help of ear protecting earwax. If your eardrum is ruptured, the skin debris can pass into your middle ear and form a cyst. Okay. It forms the cyst. A cyst in your middle ear provides a friendly environment for bacteria and contains protein that can damage the bone of your middle ear or the bone, three ossicles which is lies in the tympanic cavity, and this cyst is known as the cholesteatoma. Now, how to investigate this condition? Via culture and sensitivity of the fluid which is drained from the ear. Second is the otoscope examination. Third is audiology exam. It helps to know the hearing range and eardrum capacity. And last is tympanometry, which is test your eardrum's response to the pressure changes. So these four are the investigations for the perforation. Now, management. Eardrum rupture are mainly designed to relieve pain and eliminate or prevent the infection. First is patching. If your ear does not heal its own, patch the eardrum. What is the patch? A patching involved placing a medicated paper over the tear in the membrane. The patch encourages the membrane to grow back together. Second is a higher dose of antibiotics. And last is surgery. It is known as tympanoplasty, a surgical repair of the perforated eardrum. You can also use sometimes pain reliever, any painkillers, or placing a warm dry compress on your ear several times. It can help. This is the home remedies. Now, how to prevent this condition? It is most important. First is Try to avoid flying or the higher altitude when you have any sinus, allergic or the cold or the respiratory tract infected problem. If you have such a pathology or if you have such a conditions, then avoid to flying in the high altitude or flying in the airplanes. Second, don't use foreign object to clean out extra wax. Showering every day is usually enough to keep your earwax levels balanced. And last, wear earplugs when you know that you will be exposed to a lot of noise, such as if you go to the concert or any construction site or any area which is surrounded by the loud machines, you should wear earplugs. So, this is all about perforation of tympanic membrane. This may ask in your exam as a short note with or without homeopathic remedy. That's it.